Welcome back to the Doghouse. I am Richard Prosser, joined today by Spencer Murray and Aedan Spaar. Over the past couple of weeks, it has been a roller coaster ride for men's basketball, with a bad loss to St. Joseph and a huge win against number 15 ranked Florida this past Sunday. With these two games, it is hard to figure out how good the Huskies season will be going forward. What is your evaluation of the men over the first week and a half of the season?
Thanks, Richard. To me, the first couple of games were not that impressive. First game, we played a Sacred Heart team that, honestly, the score to me really didn't illustrate the true scope of the game. Sacred Heart shot 30% from the field, and quite frankly, I think that and the performances by Josh Carlton and Christian Vital were the only reasons we pulled that game out. We shot 70% from the line. This is an issue that, again, happened in the St. Joseph's game, which was absolutely embarrassing. Huskies shot 70% in their first game and 50% in their second game. The game against Florida was when we started to turn it around from the line. We played a much more energetic brand of basketball, turned the ball over less. In that St. Joseph's game, I believe Alteri Gilbert turned the ball over 5 times and Josh Carlton had 4. If the Huskies want to be competitive this season, they really can't be that sloppy. Got to execute from the free throw line and can't be turning the ball over.
Yeah, I really thought the first 2 games of the season were reminiscent of a Kevin Ollie team. We came out slow, came out flat, just were out-rebounded, out-hustled, played with little heart and passion, and that was clearly evident. And for me watching the games, I was a little worried. I'm like, I don't really want to see this again. It's a new coach. I don't expect to see it. And then we saw in the second half of St. Joe's, they did turn it around and ended up playing catch-up, which was also something Kevin Ollie's teams did. And then Florida, that was great to see. It was an energized game, packed Gamble. That's what you want to see from a UConn team. And, yeah, I want to see that moving forward for sure.
And to me, the X factor is definitely Kevin Polley. He was shooting lights out against Florida, and if UConn wants to continue to win, he's going to be a big factor.
So one thing that I saw from both games was Josh Carlton. In Game 1 against Sacred Heart, he played great. Game 2, Game 3, he just kind of struggled. He got taken out of the game early. Just thoughts on that?
We need Carlton to be that solid 5. He put in a lot of work this offseason, bulked up, and really needs to fill that need in the 5. We got to get him going sooner. He's got to be dominant in the post. So he's got to play more consistently right from the start.
I think Carlton is one of those guys that speaks to this energy that we want to continue to bring on the floor. And when he's going and Vital and Gilbert are going, and honestly, Dan Hurley's going, he might be the most expressive person on the court. UConn just looks like a much more energetic team, and the passion is certainly there in the game against Florida.
So we could definitely agree that UConn is growing as a program, and they are going through ups and downs, but they are winning games right now, and that's really what really matters. This weekend, UConn heads down to South Carolina to take part in the Charleston Classic. The Huskies will take on Buffalo Thursday at 7, followed by Xavier or Townsend on Friday. This also marks the debut of 4-star recruit James Bouknight following his 3-game suspension. How do you expect Bouknight to impact the team, and what overall predictions do you have for the weekend?
Well, first off, Bouknight will be an immediate benefit to the team. He's highly touted recruit. Some say he's one of the best scorers on the team, and I think we really need that. We need that extra guard in there that can score when Gilbert or Vital are a little slow. It also just brings added depth to the bench. We may not have to play Brendan Adams or Sid Wilson as long. So just another guy. I think we'll be 10 scholarship guys at that point. So a nice full bench for 3 days this weekend. Spencer?
I agree with you 100%. I think Bouknight's going to bring immediate impact. This is a kid that averaged 20 points a game in high school, and I think, honestly, he can easily develop into a 20 points per game player on the collegiate level. I expect us to beat Buffalo. I'll talk about a team, similar record, 2-1. The thing is, I don't think Buffalo has really had a competitive game this year. Their 2 wins coming against, I want to say Nazareth and Harvard. And, they have some talent at the guard position. Graves is an excellent scorer, but I expect UConn to beat them. This is the first really competitive challenge that Buffalo is going to face, and I expect the Huskies to get it done.
Yeah, so my prediction, we'll go 2-1 this weekend. We'll beat Buffalo. They're so-so this year, as you said. Not some great wins there. The next game hopefully will be Xavier. They're 4-0 and ranked 18th right now. They're also not playing great teams, so that will be more of a challenge for us. I hope we can pull through. And, if we lose that one or get to the finals, you maybe see Florida again. So I'm going overall 2-1. I don't think we can pull it off. I want to see more from the team to convince me that we can win the tournament. So
I will expect to see Christian Vital continue his scoring rampage. I expect Carleton to be active on the boards against all the teams this weekend. I like the 2-1 prediction. I'm going to stick with that myself. But I think against Xavier, if we were to play them, like you said, we would have an excellent chance. And honestly, just look for the Huskies to improve their free throw shooting, turn the ball over less, and continue to bring that energy that Dan Hurley breeds.
Yeah, we should come in with that swagger after beating Florida.
Absolutely.
They were the top dog in that draw until we beat them, and they lost, and they're falling out of the rankings. So if we come in with that swagger and passion, I think we can make a run for it, and it should be very exciting on Thursday.
I'm excited as well to see Book Knight's debut. In that, this kid has a chip on his shoulder with this whole arrest incident, and
Right.
I think he has a lot to prove. So I look
Definitely.
forward to seeing him for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Booknight's definitely very athletic, and he's a very talented player. And I'm really excited to see him play this weekend as well. That is all from the Doghouse. Again, I'm Richard Prosser, and please join us again next week.